Hey guys, editing the video that you're just about to watch, and the comments on the first video of this series was super good, exactly how I want it. The series is going exactly how I want it in terms of how it showcases the unfiltered grind of someone who's trying to make it in the competitive scene, so everyone can just see how it's supposed to be. Today we're going to be VOD reviewing Unknown and really just studying on how he W keys anyone he wants to, right? And the example that I take is actually the Elite Cup, which consists of top pros from NA East, NA West, and Europe, right? So these are not just random players in arena that you meet. These are people who know what they're doing. But somehow Unknown is actually still able to do what he usually does, right? Which is the most incredible thing, right? So most people don't actually want to watch VOD reviews, right? On paper, this is not actually good content for YouTube, where it's a long, lengthy VOD review, right? But this video is for people who want to learn and want to get better at the game. Okay, so if we pose the question, how does Unknown W key all these top elite pros, the answer is in the video. Enjoy. The rule of thumb that I have for fighting is, if you get a hard beam, the most important thing that you need to do is just keep pressure up, because as soon as you let go of the gas, what you're letting your opponent do is get their heals up, so you just threw your lead away, right? As soon as you have a huge HP advantage, right, like the difference between your HP and your opponent HP is huge, then you should hard push, right? Screw roof floor on the top, go for a wall, because you're giving your opponent way too much time. In this case, it's really awkward for Unknown to go for a wall, number one, and number two, Unknown's actually not 200 HP, right? He's 140, and it's scary to go for a wall, right? If you're 200 HP and your opponent's 80 HP, going for the cone floor is giving him time to pop a mini and make a new box by the time you break the floor. So obviously single pickaxe. You can double pickaxe the cone because people edit really slowly, so you'll see the floor, since it's a double edit, you'll see the floor move before the cone moves, right? So you can double pickaxe the cone pretty comfortably and react pretty comfortably. So he gets the cone, and Unknown pulls out his shotgun right away because he knows like the guy's gonna react, right? So he's ready for it. But the important thing here is that he tried to place a wall, right? But not only that, he places a stair immediately, because actually the opponent gets the wall. He piece controls the wall and gets it and edits on Unknown. So he knows the correct decisions to make defense wise. Second thing that I noticed right off the rip is actually, so it's super awkward right now, right? Because if you take this cone, it's actually really hard to edit it and take the floor from this angle, right? So what Unknown does is he places a stair and cuts it in half, so he has access to this floor from all the way up here. If you keep a cone, there's no way you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, do you see how smart this is, and do you see how unrelated to controller this is? So a PC player can do this, and this is why when he picks up a keyboard mouse, he's actually still good. Really small things that he's doing actually makes a huge difference. Because he's doing the stair, he gets to keep 2 blocks above the opponent, right? And then not only that, he's leaning towards the right, so because he wants to right peek this wall. He's see, now he's moving to the left, so he's right peeking the opponent's wall. Moves super hard to the right so he can have some sort of dodge, so if the opponent's ready with the pump, it's super hard to hit. Still hits the opponent. He actually, something interesting about this one is that since the opponent edited this cone, it's weak, and Unknown tried to single pickaxe it. If Unknown did this quicker, it would not have regenerated and actually single pickaxe. Like, do you see that precise thing that he's doing? He knows, he understands everything. He tries to take this wall. It doesn't even care whether he gets it or not, because that's such an awkward angle. It's actually a peanut butter angle for the opponent. So he dips out of there and doesn't want to play this angle. Goes to the other side. Super important that he's spraying here, because the guy's trying to take a flopper or a mini, and he can't because he has to hold turbo build instead. Right? And he's doing different walls, right? Because it's super easy to just hold one all the time. So now both walls are weak, and Unknown has 2 options on which one to take, and the guy inside has no idea what he's going to do. He's going to take this one because it's a peanut butter edit right hand peek. Actually tries to phase in. Right. Right hand peek right here. If you edit like this, you can see the feet without the guy seeing you. Gets the wall. Tries to cone this, which is super good. Unknown's focus is to finish the fight as fast as possible once you get the lead, right? It's not always, oh, make a right peek edit, make this. Unknown's okay if the guy hits him for 100 and Unknown hits him for 30 and ends the fight. Because there's third parties. This is an Elite Cup. This is a stacked game. Like, you have to understand that. But Unknown's still able to W key because he focuses on ending the fight as fast as possible. Like, you see how he's taking that left-hand peek? He's not scared of that. Even with traps in the meta, this was back when traps was a thing, right? He wants to end the fight quickly. So now, like, the guy stabilized. He's trying to... Unknown's really trying to make sure that he doesn't get third-party hit. That was really disciplined.
Yeah, what's up? Keep that same
the fact that Unknown remembered to single pickaxe and crosshair is huge. I guess Unknown doesn't know the other guys on the opposite side until now. So why is Unknown still going in when they traded pretty much equal damage? This was last season. But why is he still going when they traded equal? He should heal. And why is he not ramping up? What? I'm mad confused. Oh, you almost got that. It's good. Obviously, you're shooting this wall as you're falling, right? Something that Benji does. He shoots it and then pickaxes as he lands. So you're putting pressure constantly as much as possible so that this guy has the least amount of time to heal. Well, so there's a third party in this situation, right? And the third party is coming. If you look up at the top right, third party's coming like this. So Unknown purposely positions behind the guy, even though it's deeper in Storm, so that they're pinching him in the way, right? And then whatever the enemy builds that Unknown's fighting is covering Unknown from the third party. So if Unknown tried to take the fight from this side, Unknown would be the one getting pinched, and the positioning is super important here. Like, it's 100% on purpose. Again, Unknown's playing on the side where the third party's not happening, right? Do you see this? So he's able to W key because the third party is going to be right here, right? And they're all going to be looking this way because they're making a lot of commotion, right? So the enemy's right here, and then Unknown's playing on the opposite side, sandwiching them. And then also enemies building, right? Building boxes. So Unknown is completely covered, right? Unknown is completely covered, and Unknown doesn't get pressured by the third party's in zone. This is the mistake. The whole time I was explaining how Unknown was trying to play on the side of the Storm so that they sandwich the enemy, but now Unknown positioned himself in a place where he's open to third parties. Exactly. And what that's gonna do is just he's not gonna be able to fight this guy efficiently. I get that he's trying to jump down and get a cheeky shot on him, but this is super risky because if this guy defends against that shot, it's just over. Unknown's dead, right? Because he has to somehow deal with this guy, crosshair him, but also turbo build the back wall, right? Which is, you can't have your mouse in two different spots, and you can't keep 180ing both ways, so he's just gonna die. So just pressuring fast is super important. You have to play off of how scared they are, man. This is good piece control here. He knows the guy's trying to get out. Mess it up and edit. Just look how fast he's trying to pressure. As soon as the guy relocates, instantly finds him and instantly starts pressuring the wall again. Even if he has no intention to replace the wall off of the shot, Unknown just trying to delay the heals, right? As soon as you have a lead, you're going to do everything you can to not throw that lead away. What I would do if I'm Unknown is to just pop the swordfish. Because now it's sketch, right? He could have died. He could have died there. Keep the fear happening. Exactly. If you give time for your opponent to breathe after you have the HP, you should not be doing this if you don't have that HP advantage, right? Because then the opponent has every reason to just edit on you. But if you have an HP lead, you should just absolutely pressure and do it fast. Do it really fast. That's still right hand peek on Unknown, so that's good. That's really good. Wow. He's trying his hardest to pressure because he knows he has an HP lead on this guy. The guy's bandy gunning, bro. Unknown is not scared. The last thing the guy's gonna do, especially if you don't do some crazy dumb peek, is just open up on you. He has no reason to.
Are you joking? This kid's actually so weird.
Guys, if we could take 3 main lessons, 3 main ideas right? Like we this is like we threw a bunch of things out there. If we could think of 3 things that we could take into arena or scrims, what would they be that we learned from this VOD review, to be honest? Well, number 1, I can tell you already, is when you have an HP lead, put pressure, because the guy's scared, he's timid, he's worried, right? And you need to not let him heal. So what if you beam him from a distance, AR as you're approaching, make sure you try to get in there, double pickaxe sometimes. Pressure is super important, right? That's number 1. Number 2 is play on the side that's least susceptible to third parties, right? So that's how you can fight in a situation where there's multiple boxes and multiple people in your area that can actually third party. If you play on the opposite side and put the guy that you're fighting in between you and the third party, then the third party is obviously going to shoot the guy that you're fighting, and he's actually going to make it easier for you, right? Because then the enemy has to focus on 2 different angles. Go for the wall if you have an absolutely huge HP lead, and it's not awkward to do that because it's faster, right? It's like super fast with only 1 layer. But if you have like a slight HP lead, or you don't even have an HP lead but you're still fighting and you want to aggress, going for the cone floor gives you height advantage. And it also, if you're ever stuck in a situation where it's hard to edit the cone from 2 layers up, you can place a stair, edit the stair in half and make a right peak, and then still pressure the floor from really high up. It's basically those 3 things, right? All right, that's pretty good. I'll probably upload that as a YouTube video.